Hi, this is John Wolf, and I'd like to welcome you back to the Wind of the Soul podcast series. Today's installment, I'm going to be reading a blog entry that was originally posted on February 19th, 2008. The entry was titled 8 Tips for Achieving a More Secure, Peaceful State of Mind. The road to self-actualization and inner peace is not easily achieved without our desire to consistently work toward change. The conceptual state of being peaceful and secure in oneself is often idealized, but when it comes to practicing the steps, we easily default back to our ingrained habits. When we become serious about changing these old patterns via our modes of thought, we're provided with a way for rewiring our brain's processes. The brain serves as the intermediary or go-between for our source self and this physical vehicle. It can either impede or accentuate who we naturally are. And it's through intentionally rewiring this go-between that we achieve a more consistent state of happiness, allowing our uplink with source energy to flow freely and smoothly. Inner joy resides at the heart of tapping into our abilities for being the deliberate creators of what we want to experience. Without finding this joy through our own peace and security, we will lack the stability required for getting beyond the fear that prevents us from achieving what we desire. Take the journey to find the peace, discover the happiness, and psychologically assume your place among your castles in the clouds. Only then will you be capable of moving into them in your reality. It all starts with achieving a more secure, peaceful state of mind. Number 1, release the need to measure up. Release the need to measure up to the expectations of others. To fully embrace this, you must also quit setting forth your own expectations for others to measure up to. Number 2, never depend on someone else to fulfill you. Never depend on someone else to fulfill you or make you whole. Appreciate all of the amazing things others can bring to your life, but don't depend on them for creating your happiness. Our own experiences and everything that we want to achieve and accomplish and be is up to us. We cannot place that in someone else's hands. One of the things that I often hear people say when they meet someone that they fall in love with, when they meet their significant other or their spouse, I will often hear that old phrase about he completes me or she completes me. And if that's true, if that person that's making that statement really means that, then I feel that that relationship is going to have some issues possibly, because you need to be going into it whole to begin with. You need to already be the one that's in charge of making yourself happy, of knowing what you want, and not ever expecting someone else to plug in their piece or their portion of the puzzle and be able to fill you up. Because, relationships can fall apart. People change. And if that person unplugs from you, then what's that going to do to you as an individual? So be whole. Find everything within yourself to where you can make it and be who you want to be without having anybody else to have to give you that fulfillment. That's not to say that you shouldn't have wonderful, loving, joyous relationships. By all means, have those. But the thing is that those should complement who you already are. They should not make you whole. Number 3. Maintain proper perspective. Maintain proper perspective about the castles I mentioned earlier that you want to create. See them as a part of the journey, not the means to the end of your unhappiness itself. Material items can be wonderful things, but they have as much permanence as the body you're currently leasing. Wealthy states come and go. Peaceful, happy states of being last forever if you make them your priority. Number 4, appreciate beauty, but learn to broaden your horizons. Appreciate beauty, but learn to broaden your horizons of its definition. For only when you can begin to change your preconceived notions of what's considered beautiful will you accept your own quote-unquote flaws and apparent quote-unquote shortcomings. The more time we spend looking down on those around us, nitpicking and pinpointing their supposed issues, the more we separate ourselves from our own self-realized, secure state of awareness. We must cease the futile approach of romancing a single standard of beauty and ridiculing those people or things which do not meet it. Consistently insulting and judging the external symbols in our life does nothing for removing our own insecurities. It only continues to promote them. Number 5, devote more of your time to creative pursuits. Devote more of your time to creative pursuits that elicit your passion and reinforce the deeper meanings you're tuning into. Tapping into creative outlets is an amazing way for releasing worrisome thoughts and quieting the brain's chatter.